I was a witness to them returning from their so-called turkey hunt early the next morning, which was Thanksgiving, when my Uncle LD was very injured, and heard them telling my father that they had hijacked an airplane. Well, I was 8 years old, so I can't tell you exactly what he said, but I do remember the words, our money problems are over, we just have to go back and get the money. My father died in Christmas, shortly after Christmas of 1995, and that was when I saw him last. And we had a discussion late the night that I arrived. He said, I think he's just hiding. And I asked who he would be hiding from, and he said the FBI or the CIA, or, my dad was somewhat of a conspiracy theorist. I didn't really take him all that seriously. And it was in September of 2009 that my mother, at her birthday party, we had a similar conversation. On the drive home that night, I went online and on my iPhone and Googled Cooper Hijacker. I couldn't even remember the initials. Of course, the first thing that came up was an image, a composite that looks immensely like my dad. More like my dad than I remembered my uncle looking. The most vivid thing I remember about my uncle was his sideburns, his slicked back dark hair. It's a civic responsibility, if you have knowledge of a crime, that you report that knowledge. And, as a child, I didn't have the capacity to do that. I didn't understand what was going on. And as soon as I remembered what was happening and took stock in my memories and how it was affecting me, I realized that I was the only person with firsthand knowledge of this crime. And so it was my responsibility to tell the story.